Alright, into customs, and today we're going to look at a run, or two runs actually, that were born out of complete and utter frustration. Now, I was trying to record something else, and it wasn't going very well because when I got to the end, I would always be matched with Behemoth. So I would face sometimes, 4 or 5 Behemoth teams in a row. And sometimes that just happens with a pool, you can't really control what people are playing. So as much as I have tried over the years, some days there's just going to be more of one type of unit in the pool. Like the other week, there was loads and loads of whale shark teams, of course, after the changes, not so many anymore. But when that happens, you do kind of have a bit of an opportunity in that you can pivot to a different pack and deliberately try and target the teams that you're losing to. So teams persist in the pool for several days, at least 2 days. I don't know for sure what the maximum limit is, but I've definitely seen teams that have stayed alive for 2 days. So I could be pretty confident if I then went and created a pack where I could go after behemoths, then I would get the matchup that I desired. Of course, it's not always going to be as simple as that, as we'll find out as this video progresses. So in order to actually target the behemoths, I decided to go for something that you don't really see too often anymore, and that is pilling Easter egg for Monty. So Monty has one of the strongest abilities in the game, and it previously was quite common to go against Monty teams, where someone had pilled a pet with Easter egg and then scaled a Monty up with Monkey, or potentially transferred stats over. You don't really see it anymore, and the main reason for that is that Easter egg was moved up to tier 5. So originally it was tier 4, which made it very, very easy and reliable to actually get Monty onto your team. And you wouldn't think that moving a food up one tier would make that much difference, but I think it actually is quite a big change, which was absolutely necessary. I'm not complaining that it was moved up. But it did make going for this a bit harder than it used to be, and I hadn't done it for quite a while. So the goal here is basically just to get into position as we face Metabrusque with Behemoth, but it's far too early because we don't even have the Monty yet. And this is another problem that I was encountering where, because it took so long to get Monty online, so it's turn 12 now and I don't think we've seen an Easter egg, I would often end up facing the teams I wanted to beat, but not having the setup. So I think here, not only am I rolling for Easter egg, although it looks like I'm going to take the emergency melon because I'm a bit worried that we're going to crash out and lose with a decent setup. And I think actually the chipmunk is here because we can use it to get multiple Easter eggs. Although that's not necessarily, required to actually do this. As we get matched with Equi, I think we're going to be okay. Yep. So I'm looking for Easter egg, I'm trying to stay alive, but then I'm also looking for frog because I'm going to transfer stats here from something, either the Sphinx or the chipmunk, onto Monty. We rearranged the order a bit because now there's a level 3 Baycat inside the beluga, so it's going to summon 3 units. I don't see too many level 3 blue whales. I have seen a couple today actually, but I think we're going to be fine. Level 3 beluga is just so incredibly strong. It's kind of crazy that it's survived without getting serious nerfs up until this point. I think it's maybe had a stat change, but that's about it. Of course, we also need the pill, so you can see that I was hovering over pill in the shop because we're going to need that with the Easter egg as well. And then there's another one, but I'm just going to have to leave it. And we've got the pill bug frozen. We still need the frog and the Easter egg. Bit of a desync error, don't see that too often. And here's another behemoth. So we're starting to burn daylight in terms of trying to find a behemoth while actually having Monty on our team. And funny sequence from the Bay Cat gives us the win. Only just though. So there is Easter egg finally. I'm going to buy sell a pillbug first because I don't want to pill anything else on my team, I don't think. Okay, maybe I'm just going to pill the... Okay, no, we're going to get triple Easter egg from the chipmunk and then look for something else to pill. Maybe I'll just end up pilling like an ant or something because, yeah, we're on 9 wins. We just have to get this going as soon as we can. An extra +1/1 on the beluga. Surely that's going to win me the game. Yeah, put Monty to the back. Looks like I'm just going to buy sell a zebra and then keep looking for the frog. And we actually get it as well, which is pretty lucky. Very, very greedy to be going this late, looking for frog, pill, and Easter egg. But we did get them all in the end. And it's another behemoth. And it's too late. Or it's too early, rather, because Monty hasn't had the stat swap yet. But we are going to lose here for sure. I suppose it would have been even worse if we'd accidentally won, having finally got the setup. But those two 3-3 Monties are not going to do much work against that Behemoth team, which I'm, of course, then going to spectate. Yeah, it's just multiple cats. Not sure I really need to look that up. Now we can swap the stats from the Sphinx. And then we just have to cross our fingers that the next team is going to have Behemoth at the front. The Monty is only level 1, so it's only going to do 46 damage. We really need it to be a higher level to realistically knock out a Behemoth through Melon or something like that. And okay, we're going to take the Bat. We did have Quetzalcoatl in the pack because Monty is still considered a tier 1. So you can get it to level 3 quite easily, but of course you have to find the Monty much sooner than we found it in this run. Lots of freezing and unfreezing for no apparent reason. Another Behemoth. How many Behemoths is that? Is that like 4 since we started the video? But clearly we don't really have much of a chance here. You know, Monkey plus level 3 Husky. Actually, it's way closer than you'd think it would be. But I think we really needed both protective equipment and the higher level Monty there to have a chance. We don't get any melon. And it's a very large Mammoth Anubis team. This is actually a really weird round. Like, they've got onion on the lionfish. And then the Takushi brings the lionfish back to the front. But it's got 50-50 stats already, so I think their combo has actually just gone on way too long there. But look at this. The lionfish spends all of these snipes when there's hardly anything left on the board, and the doggo comes in for the draw. If you predicted a draw there, I would be very impressed. So we don't find any melon. We're just going to take the chicken leg to give Monty a bit more of a boost. And it's a very big cat team, actually super strange cat team, where they have the rooster at the back with golden egg. I have no idea what the golden egg is there for. Monty is going to faint before we even get to their biggest unit. But thankfully with the chicks only having 1 HP, it's an easy win. But of course, that was a win, but Monty didn't knock out any behemoths. So back to it, and I don't think I played too many games of this. I mean, Behemoth is one of the most popular units in the game, so you probably shouldn't have to play that long to actually get matched with some. As here, unfortunately, I make a mistake yet. We had the level 3 Griffin toy, level 3 Sphinx toy, and then overwrote it with the treasure map. I really wish it was possible to skip the treasure map if you don't want it. Knowing that you can't skip it, it's definitely a blunder. Although maybe I didn't think I was going to get any level ups in the near future. So what are we doing? Yeah, we're just scaling the Sphinx because we know it's going to be our stat swapping target for Monty. Double jump attacking team. Not actually that many people playing the Otter, so that's nice to see. And then the health reduction from the baby sea urchin is going to be good enough to scrape the tie. And then turn 9, you get Easter egg in the starting shop. It's an absolute dream. If you pill Babirusa, you don't gain +1/1. It only works on enemies. But I think I'm just going to pill it anyway because I don't really care too much about it. Okay, we're going to take the platypus. And we actually roll a pill as well. So getting the pill and Easter egg on the first turn where Easter egg was unlocked is incredibly fortunate. Now we can swap the stats over, and then I think, do I sell Sphinx here or not? Okay, we'll just sell one of the platies, and then maybe I should freeze the double stoat here. Pretty unusual. Okay, I'm going to freeze everything. I suppose it's possible that Monty might be the last survivor, but when you see the almost maxed out level 3 Swan, you know that's not going to be the case. Pretty painful to lose there when you have a team that is specifically designed to counter one big unit and then you lose to one big unit. Never mind though, we sell the platypus for some gold recovery and then we can go for instant level 2 stoat and then see what we get. I think I would rather have a tier 5 than a tier 6. And now I just need another platypus or maybe a pill, because we could, if there's sheep or Hirola or something, we could pill that. I can't remember if I actually activate this jackal or if I just end up transforming it into something else. Here's another opposing team with a massive unit, which Monty is going to insta-kill. So another level 3 tier 2. I think I should probably just get rid of both of them and take Quetzalcoatl and then start looking for another platypus. I'm not going to take... Am I going to take the chicken leg? And there were a bunch of games where I did try to get multiple Montys, but really the main focus was trying to get a Monty knocking out a Behemoth. I mean, the absolute dream would be a 100-100, but realistically, you're not going to face any of them, before like turn 17 or 18 usually. I'm sure it's possible to get one earlier, but yeah, I think I could have played for a very long time and not had that happen. Of course, you do also face people who are playing summon teams like Yogru here, in which case Monty is going to do absolutely nothing. I think we're actually in danger here of losing. Maybe not quite. No, the extra damage from Monty is going to allow us to scrape the win. I think that was also purely because the one snipe from the crocodile killed the turkey. So I transform into starfish, which doesn't really help me too much. I guess I just wanted crocodile or sea cucumber probably. Not Behemoth, but almost 50-50 jellyfish will take that. Any one big unit team is what I want to see. I feel like I'm taking... I've been reviewing a bunch of clips that are waiting to be edited, or runs that are waiting to be edited. And it's unreal how many runs I've got recorded that have sea cucumber in them. And this is absolutely painful here. Turn 13, absolutely outrageous owl team. And even though Monty 2-for-1s, it's a loss. Venus Flytrap, another one that's not really going to help us in terms of powering through with Monty, but Real Velociraptor will. So we could, in theory, knock out 2 Behemoths if we get very lucky. Unfortunately, it's not going to be this round. Kind of a strange team here, actually, where the Warthog at the front had very low stats. Maybe that was something that had been transformed. And we finally transform the Flytrap again into Sea Cucumber. What was that? 3 transformations until I got something useful. And then on 9 wins, we finally get a Behemoth But actually, their stats were lower than Monty's. So it's a pretty easy solo for Monty to knock out the entire opposing team. So yeah, it didn't quite pan out the way I wanted it to, but we'll look at one more clip here. And this is Monty against Yogru again. Actually, Yogru without Vulture and without Flea. Pretty rare footage here, but Monty doing 120 damage. And look what's at the back of their team. A level 3 Geometric Tortoise, which is going to result in a 105 damage snipe on my Manticore. But thankfully, we still got the win.